Welcome to the commencement ceremony for the class of 2020. For 3 months, we've worked with students, staff, administration, school board members, and the community on the planning of this event in the middle of the pandemic. 2 days ago, we received the bad news that outside gatherings of more than 250 were strictly prohibited by the state of Pennsylvania. So we improvised in a few hours' time from a drive-in to a drive-through graduation. I would like to thank Dr. Sonia Kozer and Mr. Michael Harris from Kozer's Christmas Village, who have been supportive and flexible with every crazy twist and turn. Thank you to Stray Production Services, who've been a great help in planning and then pivoting at the last second, and Bailey's Portable Toilet Rentals for giving us the outdoor facilities needed for those spending 10 hours today. The graduation committee, Eric Rothenberger helping with production, Sarah McGrory for planning all the music, Helen Davis, who was the glue to keep everyone together, Matt Klein and his team for bringing everything here, setting up and taking it down, Steph Schneck for her technical help, Bill Napper and the IT crew to try to get the internet stream going, Neil Lutz and all of the school administrators. This was a complete team effort to try to pull this off. To the students, you have learned at a young age to sacrifice, persevere, and be patient of others. Hopefully, when this is all over, sooner rather than later, you will appreciate everything you're doing a little bit more. Appreciate your family, seeing your friends, going to a concert or sporting event, eating at a restaurant, things we always took for granted. Benjamin Disraeli once said, "There's no education like adversity." At this point, at least you have a bachelor's degree in adversity. All the best to the class of 2020 on your journey forward. Could you please stand for the national anthem?
Good afternoon. The class of 2020 is the first Conrad Weiser class to graduate using the Latin honors system. Students who received magna cum laude and cum laude are listed in this evening's program. Congratulations to those students. We would like to read the names of the students who received summa cum laude. These students earned a weighted GPA of 4.0 or better during their 4 years at Conrad Weiser. They will be read in alphabetical order. Amanda Baker, Alyssa Becker, Jacqueline Klaus, Briley Cox, Oliver De Leon Guzman, Mackenzie Donatelli, Madison Fisher, Madeline Fox, Kalia Gregoris, Nicholas Grossoy, Allison Gress, Emily Johnson, Amanda Kazmarzik, Rachel Kesselring, Jonathan Lamb, Sarah Maurer, Shay McMullen, Anna McNutt, Haley Monroe, Ethan Moyer, Grace Nicholas, Megan O'Brien, Marlena Okarowski, Efstratia Pauli, Christina Pedersen, Brooke Turkowski, and Xavier Zapora. Thank you.
Good afternoon. It's my privilege to present the academic awards for each high school department. The teachers of each department chose a winner based on their grades in the subjects in the field in which the award is being given. Agriculture Education, Rachel Kesselring. Art, Isabella Getz. Business Education, Allison Gress. Computer Science, Oliver De Leon Guzman. English, Efstratia Pauli. Family and Consumer Science, Morgan Kopsick. World Language, Ethan Moyer. Mathematics, Jacqueline Klaus. Music, Jacqueline Klaus. Physical Education, Ethan Lasher. Science, Haley Monroe. Social Studies, Jonathan Lamb. Technology Education, Segan Neiswender. Congratulations to all the department winners.
Before COVID, most of our lives were going as planned. We had a lot of exciting memories to make with prom and a normal graduation ahead of us. There was even that last day of school to look forward to where we could let loose a bit with a prank or two. That was until March 13th, when our community joined the entire world in facing immense challenges and restrictions with the coronavirus. Yet as a community, we rose to the task. As strange, scary, and exciting as this journey has been, I don't think any of us ever thought it would end here, in the Christmas Village parking lot. Despite this change of scenery and many other changes, one thing certainly remains the same, and that's the gratitude I and all of my peers hold for the teachers, aides, and staff that have impacted all of us. To all those who've contributed to the experiences that have formed us into the young adults that we are now, we thank you for your caring and leadership. We also thank all our family members who have pushed us in everything we do. We would not be here without you. I would also like to especially thank Mr. Galtier and all those who worked extremely hard to organize this ceremony and tried to make so many parties happy. We are all very grateful for the effort you put into making sure we could walk across this stage for graduation. It goes without saying that this is a challenging time for us as young adults and graduates, an unprecedented time. As if the transition from high school to the next chapter in our lives wasn't stressful and occasionally unclear enough, COVID has clouded it even more. Our next steps are not as obvious as they were before. Change is the only constant in our lives. The world will not be the same as it was before this outbreak, and just how different it will be remains to be seen. That alone can be a daunting thought, not to mention the societal changes we're going through now as well. The excitement of our futures is followed closely by doubt, uncertainty, and challenge. Despite all these odds, however, our very being here today is testament to our ability to face the obstacles and unpredictability to come. High school is all about overcoming challenges and adapting to change. This became especially apparent towards the end of our senior year when we had to switch to online classes. None of us had ever really experienced something like that before, and the strain of lockdown only made the transition worse. But we adapted and persevered and earned the right to walk across this stage. The bottom line is, despite the tumultuous and uncertain nature of the future we're about to step into, we can't forget what we've achieved and the experience we've gained. Remembering our successes of the past, high school now being one of them, will give us the confidence we need to face whatever the future brings. And yet again, we have those who've been in our corner the whole way to thank for those successes. The administration, the faculties, the lunch ladies, everyone who eased our way through high school, we thank you. The last person I'd like to thank, oddly enough, is Conrad Weiser. With all this talk of change and uncertainty, perhaps we can look to our namesake for wisdom. The year was 1713. It was then that a 14-year-old immigrant named Conrad Weiser arrived in New York after a long voyage from Germany. Despite his young age, Conrad already had to deal with loss and hardship. He suffered from chronic illness at a young age, came from a broken family, and by the time he reached America, had already lost his mother. He grew up in hardship as a minority immigrant, but he still found his way. In his tenacity and perseverance, he learned the languages and customs of the native peoples of North America. At 17, he was even adopted for the winter months by the Mohawk, which was no small feat. As he grew into an adult, he became fluent in the Iroquois language and their religious beliefs. Through these actions, he made it clear to all that he desired to bridge the gap of misunderstanding between people of entirely different backgrounds. Conrad had proven himself trustworthy and determined and became a pivotal figure for peace in the early colonies. Despite his countless setbacks, he found a way out of the poverty and social unrest surrounding him. It was not one of complacency or prejudice, but one of peace and understanding. So we thank Conrad Weiser for teaching us these timeless lessons about unity, which are extremely applicable today. Now, in 2020, during this time of health concerns and division in our country, our community has taken after Conrad Weiser in giving us the support and care that we need. The exciting parade through town, organized just for us, is a perfect example of this. Each of us was also adopted by a teacher or staff member of our high school, bringing personalized gifts to ease the strain of lockdown. What's more, Weiser teachers, administrators, and staff also rose to the challenge as they continued to provide a quality education to ensure that our futures would be as secure as possible. We want to thank you all as you have done your very best for us as graduates in this strenuous time. It's now up to the class of 2020 to draw inspiration from Conrad Weiser and feel for those we don't know, learn from those we don't yet understand, and grow and heal together. Thank you all for your support. Good. Word.
Conrad Weiser, class of 2020. I am incredibly humbled that I was one of the people selected to speak at what should have been our graduation. I think I'm not wrong when I say that this year was less than ideal for all of us and fell short of everything we thought it would be. Many of us didn't know that March 13th would be the last day in our building, seeing our teachers that did their best to prepare us for what life would look like after school. We didn't know that there would be no spring fling or prom, or that graduation would look like this at Christmas Village. The following months disrupted our routine that we became so comfortable with. Our parents getting laid off, the fear of a loved one getting sick, siblings being around us all the time as we tried to do our schoolwork, having to teach ourselves, and so many more things that we did not expect. Our comfort was removed from us so quickly that it can be hard to find peace in any of this. And honestly, this won't be the last time we feel like this in our lives. And unfortunately for some of us, it isn't the first time. A quote that I would like to share is that if we could all be steadfast suddenly, then we never build a life worth living. We think that if we were comfortable all the time, our lives would be great and we'd never have to worry. Which, yeah, that sounds great, but the truth is total comfort means we might not experience some of the most beautiful parts about life. If we were totally comfortable, we would never love. Love takes work and it's not easy. Love is just as much of an action as it is an emotion. And that can honestly cause discomfort for some people. For people we love, we have to make sacrifices and give up our comfort for their needs. Our parents know this better than anyone because they gave up so much for us, yet most of the time they will tell anyone we were the best things that ever happened to them. If we only experience comfort, we would miss out on that. Being uncomfortable is what makes us grow. It allows us to grow in our beliefs and change our mindsets and habits. We need to be able to grow through these times so we can become better versions ourselves, because the truth is none of us are perfect. We go to practice so we can perform better the next time we are on the field, but we don't do that with our own character because we would rather be comfortable in our situation with who we are as a person. Instead of just anxiously waiting for comfort to return in these times, I hope that people can understand that we need to come out of this situation better than the way we went into it. Because while we live in comfort, we become blind to our weaknesses and the complications we create in our relationships. We think everything is okay and that there is no need to change. But if we don't grow, we can just become conceited, hurting ourselves and others. Now that we are graduating and start a new phase, that in the beginning is going to feel strange, we might all be excited, but it will definitely be different. For those of us going to college, it will be an all-new experience with so many changes. For others working full-time while they try and find what they enjoy in life, that's uncomfortable enough. For those of us going into the military, they won't experience comfort for a long time. Being uncomfortable is inevitable, but we need to decide how it affects us. So this year, as we go our separate ways, I pray that we take time to grow in our discomfort so we can become the people we were born to be.
Hello, class of 2020. My name is Efsha Tia, but you all know me as Tia. And I'd like to give a quick thank you to those classmates who would automatically point to me whenever a substitute teacher would pause in confusion whenever trying to pronounce my first name during attendance. You know who you are. I'd also like to thank my teachers, family, and friends for believing in me and helping me become the person I am now. I am grateful that you all had given me the chance to provide a lengthy speech filled with highly personal anecdotes of lessons I have learned throughout my years at Weiser, a chance I plan to take full advantage of. Approximately 4,300 days ago, we all began our first day of school. We joked and dreamed about our graduation as if it were a lifetime away. Little did we know, our childhood and our school years would flash before our eyes. We became baby-faced freshmen and barely noticed high school flying by, watching each of the classes and the big grown-up seniors before us move on and graduate until we suddenly became the big grown-up seniors ourselves. Our class knows better than anyone the value of a moment. Unfortunately, we had to learn this the hard way. Our senior year was cut short. I'm sure many of you were thinking, I wish I had known that was the last time I was having lunch with my friends. Or I wish I had known that was the last time I was playing with my team. Or I wish I knew that was the last time I was going to say hi to my favorite teacher in class. I know I was certainly thinking those same things. I still am. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. Our class knows this better than most. So, if tomorrow is not guaranteed, how are you going to spend this moment, the moment we are in right now, knowing that it very well may be gone tomorrow? Are you going to spend it afraid of what others think of you? Are you going to spend it quietly because you are scared of being told no? Or are you going to spend it sitting down because you are fearful of falling when you stand up? Dear classmates, savor every moment you experience, no matter how small. Appreciate your friends when they show you a meme you've already seen before. Acknowledge the beauty behind making a stranger smile. Appreciate your parents when they bring you food without asking. Be grateful when someone holds the door open for you, despite being too far away from the door and having to do that awkward little run to catch up so they're not waiting too long. We need to appreciate the little things, because it's those little things which make life truly meaningful. The biggest lesson I have learned during my time at Weiser is to dive in headfirst into something new or intimidating or even tedious. There is no reason not to try something new. There is no excuse not to give something different your greatest effort. Otherwise, you are selling your potential, your abilities, and yourself short. Yes, there is the possibility of failing, but if you learned something from the defeat, you haven't really lost. Failure is simply the opportunity to begin again, and this time, more intelligently. My favorite quote, spoken by author Neil Walsh, is life begins at the end of your comfort zone. We are all about to step far outside our comfort zone by either enrolling in college, enlisting in the military, or joining the workforce. That is the very first step, but continue to push through the boundaries of your comfort zone. Keep trying new things that scare you or are unfamiliar to you. I have made some of the greatest achievements and my fondest memories in high school because I stepped outside of my comfort zone and became accepting of the idea of failing as long as I tried my best. I finally became confident enough to advocate for myself and to put myself out in the open because the absolute worst that could happen is only being told no. Approximately 4,300 days ago, we walked into school for the first time, but we are certainly not the same people who are walking out. We have continuously grown and shaped ourselves into young adults thanks to our supportive families, selfless teachers, and wonderful friends. Now that we're graduating, there is a world of opportunities just waiting for us to take that one step outside of our comfort zone. Our generation is currently changing the world as we know it, and our class has enormous potential to engage and further this change for the better, but only if we take that first step. What you make of these opportunities is your choice and your choice alone. Take that first step now. You never know if you will have that same chance come tomorrow. All that is left to say is congratulations, class of 2020. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to represent us, and I'm appreciative of you for letting me tell a few of my stories, but most of all, I loved being a part of yours. Thank you, class of 2020, for letting me be a part of your ongoing story. Now go and change the world.
Good afternoon, and welcome to our graduates, families, friends, and the Conrad Weiser area community. On behalf of the Conrad Weiser Area School District, I'd like to congratulate all of our graduates. Today is the day you've been waiting for ever since your parents put you on a bus or dropped you off at kindergarten nearly 13 years ago. I've had the pleasure of knowing many of you and your parents throughout your years as a Conrad Weiser student. As a class, you have impressed us with your academic accomplishments, both inside and outside the classroom. On the athletic field and on the court, we've watched you compete for county, district, and state honors. Some of you have taken your science, your art, and your musical talents to accomplish local, district, regional, state, national, and even international honors. On our stage, you've taken us from 42nd Street to a convent in San Francisco and to a little town of Anatevka where you challenged our sense of tradition. Unfortunately, our visit to France in the early 1800s in the setting of the musical Les Mis was interrupted by the COVID virus. It is ironic that the story of struggle and change many of you were preparing to share is a mirror of what you have experienced over the last few months. Although the world in the wake of the virus is not something you signed up for, you have done some amazing things to pivot and change. As we entered into our online learning back in March, you, your teachers, and the administration led the way. Although it was a struggle at times, you have arrived here at the end of this part of your journey, ready to meet the challenge, stronger, more aware, and more equipped to meet a brave and sometimes strange new world. As you leave the halls of Conrad Weiser High School, I challenge you to take the learning experiences you have had during your time at Conrad Weiser and build on them into the near and distant future. As the superintendent of the Conrad Weiser Area School District and a duly commissioned officer of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I hereby certify that the members of the class of 2020 have met the academic standards specified by the State Board of Education, the regulations of the Pennsylvania Department of Education, and the policies of the Conrad Weiser Area School District. Mr. Kaczmarzyk, it is with great pleasure that I present to you the class of 2020.
You are because of who you were when. You are who you are because of who you were when. History, if you look at, let's take the easy generation to see, people who lived through the Great Depression, it was their event. It's what shaped their lives. And the when was then, and the consequences were they would put their money in their house, not in the bank. They were afraid of banks because they crashed. Your when is the coronavirus, and you have many events that you'd be associated with this. No prom, no sports, no musical, no award ceremonies. Oh, but that senior week, you found some way to make that happen, did you not? So that is your when. Zoom into the future. What can you say about your past? What about this event makes it special for you? You were able to exceed. This event made you stronger. All the things you overcame, all the things that made it special. All these things that occurred in your past is what makes your future possible. Your future is bright. There is nothing that you can't do. Look at all the turmoil that you had now. The future's going to be easy. The class of 2020, you have it great. You're going to succeed. This is the best that you can be. I have faith in you. I wish you nothing but the best, and congratulations, class of 2020.
Alyssa Grace Becker. Alyssa will continue her education at Penn State University to study biology. Jacqueline Marie Klaus. Jacqueline is furthering her education at Lehigh University to major in astrophysics. Nick Grisoy. Nick will continue his education at Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University to major in mechanical engineering. Gideon Jones. Gideon will be attending Lebanon Valley College to study computer and data science and minor in music. F. Stratia Marmaru Pauli. F. Stratia will pursue higher education at the University of Pittsburgh to study biology and pre-med. Leah Noel Stoltzfus. Leah will be attending East Stroudsburg University. Brianna Yale. Brianna is furthering her education at Hofstra University to study drama and education. Did it fly off? Careful there. Adam Royce Zappacosta. Adam will be entering the workforce in the transportation and material moving field. Xavier Zapora. Xavier is furthering his education at Messiah College to study cyber security.
Sleep, sleep to
dreams be realized. If the thundercloud passes rain, so let it rain, rain down on him. So let it be. So let it be. Sleep, sleep tonight, and may your dreams be realized. If the thundercloud passes rain, so let it rain, let it rain, rain on him.
Adam B. Swope. Adam will serve in the U.S. Navy. Hannah Wright. Hannah will be attending Penn State University. Emily Elizabeth Kreiser. Emily is furthering her education at Bloomsburg University in the field of nursing. Kelly Callahan. Kelly is furthering her education at Reading Area Community College in the field of early childhood education. Zachary C. Sturgis. Zachary is furthering his education at Penn State University to major in linguistics. Sarah Morales. Sarah is furthering her education at Penn State University in the Division of Undergraduate Studies. Ethan Angstadt. Ethan will be pursuing higher education at Lebanon Valley College, majoring in history. Isabella Eve Getz. Isabella will be attending Lebanon Valley College in the field of business administration. Kayla Border. Kayla will continue her education at Lebanon Valley College to study interaction design. Amanda Joan Kazmarzik. Amanda will continue her education at Bloomsburg University to major in accounting. Grace Nicholas. Grace is furthering her education at Westchester University to major in nursing. Tiana Valls. Tiana will be attending Reading Area Community College. Ethan Michael Biancone. Ethan is furthering his education at West Virginia to study health administration. Haley M. Klishevitz. Haley will continue her education at East Stroudsburg University to major in digital media technologies. McKenna Elizabeth Seidel. McKenna will continue her education at Penn State University to study graphic design. Liam Michael D'Alessandro. Liam will be pursuing higher education at Albright College to major in early childhood education. Carrie Matthew Shirk. Carrie is furthering his education at Penn State University to study business administration. Jared Roman. Jared is furthering his education at BCTC in the field of cosmetology.
Hold on to me as we go, as we roll down this unfamiliar road. And although this wave is stringing us along, just know you're not alone, 'cause I'm gonna make this place your home. Settle down, it'll all be clear. Don't pay no mind to the demons, they fill you with fear. The trouble, it might drag you down, lost, you can always be found. Just know you're not alone, 'cause I'm gonna make this place your home. Settle down, it'll all be clear. Don't pay no mind to the demons, they fill you with fear. The trouble, it might drag you down. If you get lost, you can always be found. Just know you're not alone, 'cause I'm gonna make this place your home.
Brendan J. Frank. Brendan will be entering the workforce in the Buildings and Grounds cleaning field.
Yep.
Sierra Weidenhammer. Sierra will be attending Reading Area Community College to study nursing. Hunter Rapp. Hunter will be continuing his education in the field of computer science. Hey, Brady. Brady P. Wolshinski. Brady will be pursuing higher education at Harrisburg Area Community College in the field of sports medicine. William E. Solano. Thomas A. Solano. Thomas will be entering the workforce in the transportation and material moving field. Hey, Grace. Grace George. Grace will be pursuing higher education at Siena College to major in education and special education. Amber Marie Hole. Amber will be entering the workforce in the field of veterinary medicine. Rachel Warziniak. Rachel will serve in the U.S. Navy. Jalissa Nicole Matatui Jalissa will be pursuing higher education at Alvernia University to study biology. Taylor Alexis Oxenrider. Taylor will be pursuing higher education at Millersville University to study animal behavior and marine biology. Caitlin Pearsall. Caitlin will be attending Bloomsburg University to major in mass communications. Congrats. Anastasia Nicole Shockey. Anastasia will continue her education at Kutztown University. Madeline Louise Fox. Madeline is furthering her education at the University of Pittsburgh to study pre-med biology and minoring in Spanish. Rachel Kesselring. Rachel will be pursuing higher education at Thomas Jefferson University to major in biology. Madison Fisher. Madison is furthering her education at Elizabethtown College in the field of middle-level education. Ava Sophia Plichta. Ava will be pursuing higher education at the University of Southern Maine to major in nursing. Kyle Buttkavage Jr. Kyle will be entering the workforce in the entertainment and sports field. Jared Dreibelbis. Jared will be attending Penn State University. Samuel Schoner. Samuel will be attending Bloomsburg University to major in secondary education. Alfonso Knoll. Alfonso will be pursuing higher education at Franklin and Marshall to study government and politics. Shay McMullen. Shay will be pursuing his education at Elizabethtown College to major in biology pre-med. Emily Mae Johnson. Emily will be pursuing higher education at the University of Pittsburgh to major in nursing. Cameron Clemens. Cameron will continue her education at Reading Hospital School of Health Sciences to study medical imaging. Kalia Brooke Gregoris. Kalia is furthering her education at Chatham University in the field of environmental science.
Of all the money that e'er I had, I spent it in good company. And of all the harm that e'er I've done, less was done to none but me. And all I've done for want of wit to memory now I can't recall. So fill to me the parting glass. Good night and joy be with you all. Of all the comrades that e'er I had, are sorry for my going away. And all the sweethearts that e'er I had, they wish me one more day to stay. But since it falls unto my lot that I should rise and you should not, I will gently rise and I'll softly call. Good night and joy be to you all. So fill to me the parting glass. Good night and joy be to you all.
In February of this year, we tragically lost one of our Conrad Weiser seniors, Olivia Mae Gingrich. Olivia is a member of the National Honor Society. Accepting on her behalf is her mother, Susan Lee, her stepfather, Scott, and her sisters, Morgan and Lauren. Please join me in a moment of silence to honor Olivia. Thank you. Owen McDermott. Owen is furthering his education at Hood College in the field of integrated marketing communications. Dalton M. Moyer. Dalton will continue his education at Arcadia University in the field of physical therapy. Sarah Frash. Sarah will continue her education at Westchester University in the field of business and marketing. Brianna J. Hagg. Brianna will continue her education at Westchester University to study speech-language pathology. Samuel R. Cuznet. Samuel will be entering the workforce in the construction and extraction field. Jack Allen Schoner. Jack is furthering his education at Kutztown University in the field of business administration and marketing. Giovanni V. Letterhouse. Giovanni will continue his education at Reading Area Community College in the field of electrical utility technology. Jessica Haggerty. Jessica will be pursuing higher education at Millersville University in the field of psychology. Kyle P. Haggerty. Kyle will be entering the workforce in the construction and extraction field. Justin Heister. Justin will be entering the workforce in the construction and extraction / electrical linen field. Haley Monroe. Haley is furthering her education at Duquesne University to study pharmacy. Briley Nicole Cox. Briley will continue her education at Lebanon Valley College in the field of digital communication with a minor in business. Sydney Fitzgerald. Sydney will be pursuing higher education at Lebanon Valley College in the field of speech-language pathology. Ellie Madeline Kern. Ellie is furthering her education at Shippensburg University in the field of early childhood education. Kylie Paige Grosh. Kylie will be attending Shippensburg University to major in political science. Brooke E. Turkowski. Brooke will continue her education at Penn State University to major in biology. Thanks, Jenna. Jenna Bridget Price. Jenna will be attending Shippensburg University to study early childhood education. Gabriel I. Icavone. Gabe will be attending Lebanon Valley College to major in analytical finance. Garrett R. Young. Garrett will continue his education at Penn State University to major in biochemistry and molecular biology. Grant T. Miller. Grant is furthering his education at Albright College to major in business. Connor Bross. Connor will continue his education at Bridgewater College to major in business administration. Elise Lan Cole. Elise will be pursuing higher education at Slippery Rock University in the field of health administration with a concentration in marketing. Morgan Elizabeth Kopsick. Morgan will be attending Albright College to major in fashion merchandising. Christopher Joseph Civiello. CJ will be attending ATP Flight School to become an airline pilot. Owen A. Doutrick. Owen will be entering the workforce. Melissa Hoffman. Melissa will continue her education at Albright College in the field of psychology. Melissa, look up. Evan Toll. Evan will be attending Millersville University to study animal behavior. Amity Jade Sell. Amity will be pursuing higher education at Bloomsburg University in the field of nursing. Savannah Catherine Bowers. Savannah will be attending Kutztown University in the field of early childhood education. Adriana Noviello. Adriana will be entering the workforce in the life, physical, and social service field. Nicholas James Barone. Nicholas will serve in the U.S. Navy. Anna Louise McNutt. Anna will be attending Penn State University to study kinesiology. Megan O'Brien. Megan is furthering her education at Moravian College in the field of biology pre-med. Adam Wenrick. Adam will be furthering his education at Berks Career and Technology Center in food prep. Megan C. Fitzpatrick. Megan will be attending Bloomsburg University to major in speech pathology. Emma Marie Thomas. Emma will be pursuing higher education at Bloomsburg University to major in psychology. How you doing, brother? Jonathan Tyler Marie. Jonathan will continue his education at Penn State University. Dylan Reich. Dylan will continue his education at Penn State University to major in computer science. Peyton Rebecca Menser. Peyton will continue her education at Kutztown University to major in personal financial planning. Turner A. Diana. Turner will continue his education at Bloomsburg University to major in digital forensics. Thomas Trong. Thomas is furthering his education at Ursinus College in the field of biology. John Lamb. John will be pursuing higher education at Lebanon Valley College in the field of computer science and data structures. Leah C. Bouchard. Leah will be pursuing higher education at Alvernia University to major in medical laboratory sciences. Julia Madsen. Julia will be attending Penn State University to major in bioengineering. Sydney Elizabeth Moody. Sydney will be pursuing higher education at Millersville University in the field of marketing and business. Sarah Leanne Maurer. Sarah will be attending the Reading Hospital School of Health Sciences to major in nursing. Reading Hospital School of Sciences. Elizabeth Marie Papoutsis. Elizabeth is furthering her education at Berks Technical Institute to major in massage therapy. Drew Guy Templin. Drew will continue his education at Thaddeus Stevens to study electrical technology. Oliver De Leon Guzman. Oliver will be attending Penn State University to study computer science. Roger Samuda Asquith. Roger is furthering his education at Penn State University to study computer science. Fatmata Mansoure. Fatmata is furthering her education at Reading Area Community College in the field of nursing. Brooke Marie Keller. Brooke will be entering the workforce with the #1 race horse breeder in Pennsylvania. Christina Peterson. Christina will continue her education at Penn State University to study computer science. Gianna Young. Gianna will be pursuing higher education at Reading Area Community College in the field of social work. Janae Lewis. Janae will be pursuing higher education at Shippensburg University to study environmental biology. Alexandria M. West. Alexandria will continue her education at Reading Area Community College to major in business and marketing. Fatima Barber-Niter. Fatima is furthering her education at Reading Area Community College. What's up, big guy? Adam Case. Adam will be pursuing higher education at Kutztown University to study secondary education. Ethan J. Moyer. Ethan will be pursuing higher education at Kutztown University to study German and marketing. Here we go. Sean Clark. Sean will be pursuing higher education at Penn State University. Dalton Fitterlane. Dalton will continue his education at Lebanon Valley College to study accounting and business management. Zach Chestnut. Zach will serve in the U.S. Air Force. Andrew Stephen Eisenhart. Andrew will serve in the U.S. Army. Thank you. Joselie Elizabeth Barbera. Joselie will be attending Tidewater Community College to major in military and first responder medical services. Dominic Strickler. Dominic will be furthering his education at MedEd to become a lineman. Samantha Moore. Samantha will be attending Penn State University to major in astronomy and astrophysics. Yvonne Alvarez. Yvonne will be entering the workforce in the healthcare field. Seth Micah Shook. Seth will be entering the workforce in the healthcare field. Catherine Rose Palumbo. Catherine will be attending East Stroudsburg University to major in speech-language pathology. Matthew Tessetta. Matt will be entering the workforce in the welding field. Matthew Pauley. Matt will be continuing his education in the field of plumbing and heating. Joshua Thomas Reber. Josh will be attending Temple University to major in biology. Joshua Andrew Myers. Josh will be attending Penn State University to study business management. Andrew David Druckenmiller. Drew is furthering his education at Bloomsburg University to study supply chain management. Jordan T. Dawkins. Jordan will continue his education at Reading Area Community College to study business. Brandy Elizabeth Crick. Brandy will be entering the workforce in the food preparation and serving field. Garrett Kearns. Garrett will continue his education at Universal Technical Institute to study automotive high performance Ford Fact. David Leahill Jr. David is furthering his education at Keystone College to major in sports management. They're right there. Jamani Motnard. Jamani will continue his education at Northampton Community College. Ethan Dylan Lasher. Ethan will be entering the workforce in the business and financial field. Jacob Shaji. Jacob will be attending the University of Pittsburgh to major in pharmacy. Thomas Paul Byrne. Tommy will be attending Westchester University to study criminal justice. Caitlin Marie Ruth. Caitlin will continue her education at Westchester University to major in communication sciences and disorders. Devin Reifsnyder. Devin will be entering the workforce in the installation, maintenance, and repair field. Marlena Okarowski. Marlena will continue her education at Alvernia University to major in biology and physical therapy. Michael J. Hasenek. Michael will be attending Thaddeus Stevens to major in carpentry. Brianna Bundy. Brianna will be pursuing higher education at East Stroudsburg University. Gavin J. Remp. Gavin will be pursuing higher education at Penn State University in the field of criminology. Karim Namaga. Karim will be pursuing higher education at Reading Area Community College to study business. Thank you. Nathaniel Rodriguez Jr. Nate will continue his education at Reading Area Community College to study real estate. Emerald Argyle. Emerald will be attending Harrisburg Area Community College to advance in emergency medical care and joining the U.S. Air Force to study aerospace medicine. Anastasia Marie Smith. Anastasia will be pursuing higher education at Kutztown University in the field of social work. Paige Miller. Paige will continue her education in the field of nursing at Bloomsburg University. Nash David Eli. Nash will continue his education at Reading Area Community College. Hunter Thomas Honeycutt. Hunter will be pursuing higher education at Empire Beauty School. Alexander Jeffrey Berg. Alexander will be attending Full Sail University. Victoria Starr Kimmel. Victoria will be attending Reading Area Community College to study occupational therapy. Riley Manmiller. Riley will serve in the U.S. Army National Guard. Allison Elizabeth Gress. Allison will be pursuing higher education at Drexel University to study fashion design and merchandising. Emma Elizabeth Schaefer. Emma will be continuing her education in the field of animal science. Sienna Victoria Chambers. Sienna will continue her education at Reading School of Health Sciences to study surgical technology. Abigail Catherine Schaefer. Abigail will be pursuing her higher education at Penn State University. Nathan Lance. Nathan will be attending Kutztown University to study secondary education. Jillian M. Urand. Jillian will be pursuing higher education at Salisbury University in the field of social work with a minor in film. Thank you. Mackenzie Ann Donatelli. Mackenzie will be pursuing higher education at Ursinus College in the field of biochemistry and molecular biology on a pre-med track. Segan J. Nicewender. Segan will be attending Alvernia University, majoring in chemistry. Joshua Allen Perrine. Joshua is furthering his education at Penn State University in the field of computer science. Thank you. Nisha Liz Goulden. Nisha is furthering her education at Reading Area Community College in the field of social work. Katie Ann Brenizer. Katie will be entering the workforce in the field of cosmetology. Amanda Lynn Baker. Amanda will continue her education at Albright College, majoring in early childhood education. You okay? That's okay. Thank you. Valerie Jerome. Valerie is furthering her education at Alvernia University in the field of nursing. Cooper Glenn. Cooper is furthering his education at Reading Area Community College. Violet Lilac Ella Campolina Buttercup Jamaica Amethyst Zimmerman Cadmus. Violet will continue her education at Penn State University to major in kinesiology. Autumn Marie Meyer. Autumn will be pursuing higher education at Reading Area Community College in the field of business. Esther Ann Rose June. Esther will continue her education at Reading Area Community College to study business administration. Nicole Farrell. Nicole will be attending Hiram G. Andrews to become a certified nursing assistant. Austin Spade. Austin will be entering the workforce in the business and financial field. Catherine May Julia Patterson. Catherine will continue her education at Penn State University in the field of agriculture. Daniel Schaefer. Daniel will be entering the workforce. The following students were unable to be in attendance. We are going to read their names anyway and their future plans. Anthony Charles Alexander. Anthony will be entering the workforce. Can I just keep going? Almira Gabriel Bakit. Almira will be pursuing higher education at Lancaster Bible College to study social work. Stephanie Benich. Stephanie will be pursuing higher education at Alvernia University to major in early childhood education. Addison Bricker. Addison is furthering his education at Bloomsburg University to study post-secondary education. Haynes Brown V. Haynes will be entering the workforce in the sales field. McKenna Clifford. McKenna is furthering her education at Alvernia University to study nursing. Joseph Coleman. Joseph will be attending Bloomsburg University to major in computer science. Braden Scott Cohn. Braden will be entering the workforce in the construction and extraction field. Mary F. Confalone. Mary is furthering her education at East Stroudsburg University to study English. Chloe Lynn Costello. Chloe will be attending Penn State University to major in criminal justice. Hope Decker. Hope is furthering her education at Northampton Community College in the field of journalism. Ezekiel J. Farrow. Ezekiel will be pursuing higher education at Harrisburg Area Community College to major in radiology. Jared Keith Fessler. Jared will be entering the workforce in the farming, fishing, and forestry field. Jacob P. Fiddler. Jacob will be entering the workforce in the maintenance and construction field. Seth Gockley. Seth will be entering the workforce in the legal field. Danny C. Gonzalez. Danny will be entering the workforce in the sales field. Jasmine M. Gonzalez. Jasmine will continue her education at Reading Area Community College to study early childhood education. Jose L. Gonzalez III. Jose will be pursuing higher education at Harrisburg University of Science and Technology to major in biotechnology. Serena Ashley Gordon. Serena will be attending Reading Area Community College to study special education. Grayson Hager. Grayson will be entering the workforce at Decca Battery. Mackenzie M. Heller. Mackenzie is furthering her education at Reading Area Community College to study business management. Brent Hunter. Catherine R. Juarez. Catherine is furthering her education at Kutztown University in the field of oceanography and horticulture. Mariatu Leila Kabe. Mariatu will be attending Alvernia University to major in nursing. Derek Kirketerp. Derek is furthering his education at Reading Area Community College in the field of nursing. Louis LeBoy. Lewis will continue his education at Reading Area Community College. Noah J. Manbeck. Noah will be entering the workforce in the farming, fishing, and forestry field. Natalie Grace McFadden. Natalie will continue her education at West Virginia University to study business. Matthew Miller. William Henry Moyer IV. William will be entering the workforce in the media and communication field. Joshua Nyhart. Joshua will continue his education at Reading Area Community College in the field of sports medicine. Matthew P. Knoll. Matt will be attending Delaware State University. Joshua Timothy Pitchler. Joshua will be entering the workforce in the architecture and engineering field. Cabrina Marie Pratt. Cabrina will be entering the workforce in the healthcare field. Cheyenne S. Reifsnyder. Cheyenne is furthering her education at Reading Area Community College in the field of early childhood education. Laura W. Rathman. Laura will be pursuing higher education at the Reading Hospital School of Health Sciences in the field of nursing. Matthew J. Redding. Matt is furthering his education at Indiana University of Pennsylvania to study nuclear medicine. Tyler Rivera. Tyler will be attending West Virginia University to study accounting. Esther Santana Susaris. Esther will be attending Reading Area Community College. Emily Shoemaker. Emily will be entering the workforce at the New York Bagelry. Nicholas St. James. Jalen Williams. Jalen will be entering the workforce in the sales field. Toby Young. Toby will be continuing his education at Job Corps. Amy Yu. Amy will be attending Penn State University.
Hello, my name is Alyssa Becker. Although standing here on a stage in a parking lot giving a speech was never on my bucket list, here I am. I would like to take a moment to thank all of the friends, family, school teachers, and staff for taking time to be part of this memorable occasion. On behalf of the class of 2020, we are beyond grateful to have had the utmost support and dedication from everyone to make the end of our senior year and high school career one we truly will never forget. I would also like to say a huge congratulations to my classmates. We finished high school unlike we ever thought we could before, and this is an accomplishment to be very proud of. I am here today to give a farewell speech, which is difficult because it feels like we have already said our goodbyes over the past couple months. However, this is not a definite goodbye, but a celebration of new beginnings during challenging times. This is a celebration of growing up and making close friends we will always have, the accomplishments we have all completed, the lessons we have all learned, and the memories we have all made with one another. Over the past 18 years growing up, we were always being told by our parents and teachers that high school brings some of the best times of our lives, and to cherish the moments we had and to take nothing for granted. Most of us probably ignored them when they said this and did not believe it was actually true. However, we have learned this lesson now, and it has greatly impacted the entire class of 2020. We never thought that we would be stuck at home just wishing to go back to school, wishing to wake up at 6 in the morning to get ready to be at our first block class on time, wishing for a final sporting event or musical, or wishing to just eat another lunch in the cafeteria with our friends. We learned that once these little moments were taken away from us, that they matter so much more than we ever thought. Here we are now, and all of these moments are over. After 18 years, we are all taking off into different directions. We are all jumping into new endeavors and adventures that the future holds for each of us. After 18 years of our stories intertwining and unfolding side by side, we are now all going our separate ways. We have grown up together, and it is hard not to remember a time without each other in it. However, as we part ways and push through life's challenges, one thing is certain. The class of 2020 has grown to be a wiser, brighter, and a better group of people, and we will carry this knowledge and these experiences with us into the future. As we end here today, I hope everyone has gained a greater understanding of the message to truly cherish the moments we get with one another. Although our high school experience may not have ended the way we all planned, at least we all completed it and we did it together. We are special, and everyone will always remember the class of 2020. All that is left to say is that I wish everyone the best of luck wherever life may take you next. Congratulations and farewell to the class of 2020.